Hey, what's up? It's Soncerae here. I don't like the way my eyebrows are looking today. I'm looking a little. I'm in my garage right now. I just woke up. I didn't go to sleep until 1 last night. I had a lot of work to do. I had about 6 logos to do. So I went ahead and blog. Please be sure that you check it out because I posted a blog last night in regards to my SEX tape. Child, let me tell you. Um, Social media never fails, boy. If they want to push a rumor, they will push a rumor. I try not to trust a lot of the emails people send me that are in reference to drama. I try not to do it, but sometimes some of it is so laughable. I just, I respond to it because, just for entertainment purposes. So, before I get into this whole SEX tape of mine, I was on like social media looking on my timelines. I was just surfing all over the place from my Instagram, from my Facebook, from my Twitter, and one of my friends, Naomi, sent me like this link to TMZ, and it was actually um, Nicole Murphy saying that Lisa Ray is lying about her being a homewrecker. And I said to my friend Naomi, I saw this. And she said, well, it looks like Nicole is a serial homewrecker. And I said, well, if you look at the patterns of Antoine Fuqua, Leela Rashawn's husband, who is the married man that Nicole Murphy was spotted with in Paris. They had photographs of them two kissing and at the pool and having tea together and things like that, or coffee or whatever it was they were drinking. And they were romantically interacting with each other. They were kissing. And so um, she said to me, well, this woman could have said no. And I said, well, this man could have said no as well. You know what I mean? For some reason, women continuously blame the other woman all of the time when the truth of the situation is these other women are single. And by the time they get to the point where they consider interacting with a married man, right? They are so low that what they're trying to do is make it past the next 24 hours. They aren't concerned about some strange woman they've never met and never committed themselves to. They aren't in a position to even protect these women. And that's basically what the girl code is about, protecting other women. We supposed to stick together because these behaviors that men participate in all the time, it's stuff that they're just going to do, and we as women have to put up with it and protect each other. That's bullshit to me, FYI. Um, this whole boys will be boys crap that women keep like pushing on each other to excuse, the fact that men are cheating and lying and aren't being faithful and whatever, just accepting it and putting all of this responsibility on other women or just women in general, um, to basically accept or find a way to cope with the negative behaviors that men have. Okay, so I'm telling my friend, Naomi, I'm telling her, being as though I was a mistress before, right? And this was in 2009. This is a long time ago. Being as though I was a mistress before, I can tell you my thought process. And during that time, I was in a bad place myself. Like I was hurting myself. There was no way that I could be strong enough to protect someone other than me. So hurt people. And a lot of times when people are hurt, they don't know how to have healthier ways to cope with whatever it is that they're going through, whether it's insecurities, whatever it is, whether they have abandonment issues or abuse issues or they've been cheated on or whatever the case is. A lot of people have a difficult time finding ways to cope with whatever it is that they're they're going through. And a lot of women who don't necessarily want the responsibility of a relationship, they want a man who isn't going to be severely controlling. They want a man who isn't going to require much from them. A lot of times they'll get into these relationships with married men because of that. Then other types of mistresses will not necessarily be uh, in a good place themselves, and they'll look over into the direction of another woman in her situation and try to destroy her situation by sleeping with her husband. It's women out there that do that, but for the most part, not every mistress that's walking around here or a side chick that's walking around is anxious to take a wife or a girlfriend's like position, nor a mistress is usually in the place to protect someone other than themselves. By the time a mistress interacts with a married man, she's so selfish and insecure and, you know, in need of love, lacking all types of attention and confidence and everything. I mean, it's so many things going wrong with the woman by the time she gets an affair. Whether she realizes it or not is the question. It isn't about um, whether or not she's hurting. You understand? Because most mistresses are. These are single women. These single women have not made any type of commitment to you as, as a girlfriend. They haven't done any of this. So I'm telling my friend Naomi this, and she was just like, I didn't even think of it that way. Because a lot of women who are wives and girlfriends, right? And they've never been mistresses and they've never been side chicks, or, it's women out there that's like that. It's not a lot of them, but it's women out there that's like that. A lot of the times they are putting too much expectation on a strange woman that has never met them. No woman that does not know you cares for you. She doesn't know you. She's not going to immediately just have respect for your marriage or your relationship, especially when your husband or boyfriend doesn't. You understand? Like, that's not, you can't expect that from a mistress or a side chick and then get mad when they don't act how you would act. Everybody is different. Everybody grew up different. Everybody's going different things. Everybody have different types of journeys. And I say this not to defend mistresses, but you have to understand that everybody's going through what they're going through and finding the best way to cope with it. And a lot of times you're going to look at it and you're not going to agree with it. Sometimes you're going to experience it, and not in this form but a derivative of it. I mean, a lot of us have been cheated on. I personally don't know anyone who hasn't. By the time 2009 came, when I decided to be a mistress, by this time I had been cheated on so much in my relationships. And I'm talking about long-term relationships, not just me having a fling with some guy. I'm talking about I'm actually living with the dude, and when he's leaving the house, he's cheating on me. You know what I'm saying? So stuff like that I had experienced by that time. So when I entered inside of this situation, I didn't want a relationship. I didn't want a man who was giving me any problems, any drama. I just wanted somebody that I was cool with, chill with, that I was attracted to, that was easy to be around. Okay, and I can interact with him basically whenever I wanted to. So that's how I ended up in that situation. And what's funny is I'm surprised that somebody that was married could I could have so much access to, because he was around a lot. Like, I had a lot of access to him. And I'm surprised because usually someone who is married or someone who's in a relationship, it's very difficult to spend time with them. Not in this situation. He was easily accessible. So anyway, as I was talking to my friend Naomi about this, I saw this post of this guy saying that Antoine Fuqua had cheated up. And when he said that he had cheated up, he was saying that, as women can basically let themselves go because their husbands will go after women who are prettier, slimmer. You've seen everyone not slut shaming, but body shaming Leela Rashawn. Instead of just slut shaming Nicole Murphy, what they're doing is body shaming Leela, basically saying that she deserves to be cheated on because she let go after having 3 kids, after having this marriage that she was so devoted to and committed to. People are going around saying, "Oh, your husband, cheated on you and you deserved it because you were overweight," which is unfair to me. I don't think that anyone deserves to be cheated on at all, regardless to how much you weigh, what you look like. You never know what's going on with this woman. Again, this woman has had 3 kids. I mean, not everybody could pump out a whole bunch of kids and still have this amazing body. You understand? That is Nicole Murphy is like an exception to the rule. Doesn't she have like 6 kids or something like that? It is very difficult for a woman to have that many children and be able to keep her body looking just like that. That is difficult, and any woman who, is walking this earth will tell you that. Any woman who has more than one kid is very, very difficult to get your body back to the way that it was. I mean, even Beyonce was just talking about that on her Netflix special called Homecoming. She was just talking about how she never thought she was going to get her body back. She never thought she was going to have her stamina back. So it's very difficult for you to, get your body back to normal after you have a child. And for other women it could be easy, but when it's easy, that woman is an exception to a rule. Most women have a difficult time with that. So anyway, this is when I started questioning in my mind, like, how the fuck would any man classify Nicole Murphy as the better woman in reference to her and Leela Rashawn? Because to me, Leela Rashawn is overall the better woman. Number one, she's done more with her career, way more with her career. I mean, for years on top of years, she has had endless movies. She has done endless things. She has, from what I understand, I believe she has a NAACP award. She has done things that Nicole Murphy has not done with her career at all. So when we're talking about who's the better woman, let's factor in overall, not just a woman's physical appearance. And so when I said this Facebook page, a lot of people were like, well, men don't really care about a woman's accomplishments. They don't care about, how smart a woman is, or what a woman has to bring to the table. Really, all men care about is a woman's physical appearance, right? Then you guys wonder why it's women walking around here with these fake lace fronts with their damn edges laid, and their nails done and their face beat all of the time, and walking around here with fake asses and titties. It's because men are putting so much pressure on women to look a certain way or stay looking a certain way, so these women don't necessarily work on their personalities or what kind of wives they would be outside of their physical appearance, or what kind of moms they would be. They don't care about that shit because men don't care about that shit. And then men will turn around and complain about how a woman is a gold digger, or how a woman has a nasty attitude, or how a woman is whatever, dumb, or whatever they can say negative about things that actually matter. Of course, she's not going to be. Have this amazing personality, and she's not going to be smart, and she's not going to be all those things she should be working on, because what she's been focusing on is her physical appearance. Having a good personality or having a good character, being a good person, those are things that you have to work on as well. So men aren't walking around saying, "Oh, I want a woman with a good personality," or men aren't walking around choosing women with better personalities. They're choosing women who are the most beautiful. So of course there's going to be some shallow, like, aspect to all of this. Of course women are going to be materialistic. Of course women are only going to walk around wanting men for money, because men aren't requiring for women to be smart. You guys aren't requiring for us to be intelligent. You aren't requiring us to have good personalities and good characters. When women have these things, we have them because that's what we want to be. And we believe that those type of things improve who we are. So we want to be that for us. We really literally have to fight to be that, because a lot of people feel like we're not smart enough, or we don't deserve the same pay as someone else, or you know, uh, it's just a number of things that we're fighting with as women. And so when someone says something like, this man cheated up, and when you cheat up, you clearly, when a man cheats up, he literally doesn't love his wife anymore. It's like, honey, this Antoine Fuqua person cheated on Leela Rashawn when she was fine. She was fine. And I'm talking about he cheated on her and had his first child outside of their marriage when she was fine. So these men cheat because they want to cheat, because they can cheat, because the options are there. And it's nothing a woman could do, about her physical appearance that could make a man not cheat on her. Period. It's nothing that you can do as a woman. When these men want to cheat on you, they will. Period. You could be the finest thing a man ever did see. It's going to be a woman out there that's finer. Period. And if this woman gives him the opportunity to sleep with her, they're going to do it if that's what they want to do. It has nothing to do with, how beautiful you are, or whether your makeup on fleek, or whether your edges laid, or whether you got red bottoms, or whether you eating healthy or jogging. These are things, physical appearance and your health are things that you need to take care of for you, not for some man. Okay, that's just because they're gonna listen. You working yourself to death to be all beautiful and perfect and stuff, and then still get cheated on. Come on, man. Like that has to hurt a woman's pride worse than if she let herself go and her husband cheated on her. You know what I'm saying? It would hurt my pride severely if I was doing all these crunches and jogging every day and eating right and trying to be this perfect wife for my husband, and then he turns around and cheats on me. All this work I'm putting into myself for you to turn around and just cheat on me? Come on, man. So anyway, I think it's unfortunate that the term cheating up is even a thing with men. Like that's terrible, and what y'all think a better woman is, to me, is ridiculous to me, because I just can't understand why you would think a woman who has just a better physical appearance is better for you than a woman who's a good mom, or has a good character, who is honest, who is nice, who is kind, who is smart, who is a businesswoman, who whatever. All of these way more important things that you could be focusing on a woman, you think the better woman is whoever looks better. That's just crazy to me. So anyway, um again, back to this whole me thing. Okay, so I explained this whole mistress situation. And so last night I was doing my graphic design work. Like I said, I did 6 logos last night. And I'm not a stranger to getting that money. You know what I'm talking about. So anyway, I got an email from someone, and I really am not interested in receiving a whole bunch of dramatic emails. When people email me, I ask you to send me relationship questions or advice or something like that. I don't like for people to just email me drama about other people, or, what they heard about me. And so someone sent me a message talking about my sex tape, and saying that someone was going to get onto YouTube and do a live stream about this sex tape. And so apparently this sex tape was filmed in 2009 when I was a mistress, and the person that I was interacting with, that I was having this fling with, had introduced me to the swingers lifestyle. He had took me to a party. It was my first party, and those of you who have been on my channel for a long time, you are not foreign to this story, because we've been talking about this night at this swingers party for 3 years now, because the person that I attended it with won't let it go. He won't let the topic of it go. He'll get on YouTube and continue to talk about it, and he's been talking about it, talking about it. And personally, I'm bored with talking about it because it's so old to me. Like, I'm just so tired to talk about it. And so the person was like, "Yeah, like I should be worried, basically." Soncerae, you should be worried. Your sex tape is going to be released tomorrow if you don't do blah 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 blah. It reminded me of, like, I don't know, like, how somebody kidnaps somebody and then they ransom his money, or how people try to just coerce you when they're doing stuff. And I was like, first of all, let's get that out of the way. I don't have a sex tape. I've never been recorded having sex. I've never, like, participated in pornography or anything like that. I would never do that. Those are things that, I just wouldn't do. I've been honest about my experiences as far as my sexuality goes, and as far as me being a mistress, as far as the things with my son's father. I've been extremely honest about these things. So if I had ever participated in pornography, trust me, I would tell you guys. Okay. Now, um, I do recall at this party, right? I we took pictures, but it wasn't of a sexual nature. So inside of this email was an actual picture, right? From supposedly from that night, right? And so I was looking at the picture and I was thinking, how I was like, how is this picture like a problem? Because if you saw, well, you see the picture because the picture is actually up on my blog. Like if you go to my blog, Read My Mind, it's actually up there and you can check it out because it's a picture and it's like three people, you can't see their faces, and they're not having sex or anything. They're just, being silly, looks like. And so I'm thinking, why would this be like something to make a big fuss about? And then I said, well, even if, let's say for instance, I do have a tape out, right? That happened in 2009. Why would that bother me? That's like old news to me. Like, even if that was true, I've been so honest about my situation with this person. Why would it bother me? And I was just so unbothered and so calm and so relaxed about it, that I wasn't worried. I shared my story about being a mistress so that women could stop being so secretive about all of the things that they do all of the time. Like, women front a lot. Like, we have more secrets than men. We just better at hiding them. And so a lot of women won't admit the things that they feel, the things that they've gone through. And so what I'm trying to do with me being so honest is to give women more of an opportunity to be confident in who they are and accept who they used to be or the things they went through or the lessons that they learned. And because I've been so open and honest with exposing myself, because I've been doing this on my channel for years, it isn't nothing new. Like I had been talking about being a mistress, oh my God, like years ago. This isn't something that just happened like 3 years ago or 5 years ago. I've been on YouTube for like 8 years, 9 years. I had been talking about that before because I'm just very honest about that specific part of my life. But I'm very um like transparent when it comes to that because that's a real situation, and I want women to understand that when they are going through the pain that I was going through that made me even end up being a mistress to begin with. Number one, there are better ways to cope with what you're feeling. Number one. And number two, no matter how cool you think the man that you're dealing with is, or no matter how good you think he is, or fun you think he is, or how much you think you two have a friendship, he will still stab you in the back later on. He will still throw you under the bus later on because the fact that he even considered cheating on his wife to begin with you, whether you were a mistress or y'all just banged once or maybe whatever, he's not a good person. He's not a good person, no matter how good he may treat you at the time. When you step back and look at the big picture, he's cheating on his wife and being manipulative and dishonest towards her. So even if you two never decide on being in a relationship or being married to each other, and you just think y'all have a cool friendship, like I thought with the guy that, I did this with, his true colors will shine. He will show you who he is. And 9 times out of 10, he don't care about you. He don't care about his first wife, second wife, third wife. Who he cares about is himself. Just like I said about how a mistress is in no position to protect a wife or a girlfriend because she's too busy trying to make it past the next 24 hours to deal with and cope with whatever it is she's coping with. That's the same thing with these husbands. These husbands are going around here trying to figure out ways to cope with the sadness or disappointment or whatever it is that's going on with them. It has nothing to do with their wife. It has nothing to do with their side chick. No one is being coerced into doing certain things when it comes to relationships like this. Like, married people give you all types of excuses about why they cheated, why they lied, blah, 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 blah. But at the end of the day, it's the choice that they made for them. It has nothing to do with whether their wife was a good wife or whether their wife lost weight or gained weight. It has nothing to do with that. Or even if a woman is cheating on her husband. I don't care what excuse a woman gives you for cheating on her husband. She's cheating on her husband because she wants to. It isn't about, oh, my husband did this, so I'm going to cheat on him. At the end of the day, you still get to choose what you decide to do. As a single woman who is being a mistress, this woman is single at the end of the day. So, of course, she doesn't have any type of commitment to anyone. She doesn't have any type of dedication. She didn't make any promises to anyone. And that's why I tell women, if you're going to sleep with someone's husband and this wife finds out who you are and she calls you, tell her the truth. Do not lie for this man. Don't, go out your way to be all Pink Panther sneaky for this man. If the situation is comfortable, like I said at the beginning of the live stream, for some reason, for this affair that I had, well, I don't even know if I want to call it affair, but a fling that I had in 2009, for him to have been married, I sure did have a lot of access to do. Like, I just, to this day, I still can't understand why I had so much access to this dude. I just, I don't even know how he managed to pull that off. And if a man allows that and is comfortable, a lot of women will, cling on to that. They will be a part of that because it's easier. It's easier than sitting down coping with your feelings and your thoughts about whatever it is that's hurting you or whatever it is that's making you angry outside of that situation. So women choose to do that for those reasons. And so I'm not giving you these reasons so you can feel sorry for people who cheat or people who lie, or I'm not trying to give a pass to mistresses. I'm not asking for people to have sympathy for me around the time I decided to be a mistress in 2009. What I'm trying to get a lot of people to understand is that you have to stop, first of all, internalizing when you see someone cheating on you. Okay? Or women have got to stop just blaming the mistress every time their man fucks around. Because these men know what they're doing. They're not confused at all. They know exactly what they're doing. No one's tricking them. They're not under some type of spell. They lie to you because they want to. They lie to you because they feel like they can. Number one, they don't have respect for themselves. They don't have respect for you. They don't have respect for your union. And there are different forms of cheating. Let me give you the different forms of cheating. Number one, of course, sexually, right? Number two, you can have emotional affairs. You could be in a marriage and then leave your house every day and then text and email and call another woman or another man and get from that person what you would in your regular relationship. That flirting and stuff. To me, a man watching pornography is him cheating on his woman. Okay? To me, a man, for instance, let me tell you why I think the man that I had this fling with while he was married in 2009, right? It's 2019. This happened in 2009, right? I hope I'm getting right. Yeah, 2009. It was so long ago. So I'm trying to get this year right. The man that cheated on his wife with me in 2009 is cheating on his wife now. And how he's doing it is he's getting onto social media talking about me, reliving his experience with me over and over again every day he mentions me. He'll interact with other people who talk about me every day. He cheat on his wife every time he mentions me, interacts with other people who talk about me. It's just cheating on his wife all over again. And I know for me, if I was married, right? And I want to get married one day just for my son, but I was thinking that might not be a good idea because I tell people, don't stay married for the kids. But if I was to get married, right, and my husband was getting onto social media every day talking about a woman he used to sleep with, I don't care if he was talking about her in a good way or a bad way. I would be concerned as to why he would be spending so much energy talking about her. It would be suspect to me. I would just be thinking, what is my husband doing? Like, why isn't he focused on his business or his job or our marriage or our kids or doing something more constructive with his time instead of getting onto social media talking about a fling he had with a woman a decade ago? That would make me worry about my marriage if I was married, you know? And this goes back to the whole thing that I said about wives and girlfriends, where when their man is doing, or their husband or their boyfriend is doing this destructive, terrible behavior that is detrimental to their marriage, these women excuse it, you know, for purposes of being able to keep a man or to be able to say that they're married, or because they have built this life together, like uh, deconstructing it and starting over will be too hard, or they're so madly in love that when their husbands come to them and give them these rinky dink excuses for why they're participating in this behavior, it's easy for these women to be like, okay, yeah, right. You know, my husband is doing this because and he has all of these reasons and excuses why, when really he's disrespecting himself and his marriage. A lot of women are giving men a pass, and that's unfortunate to me because that's a level of insecurity, and that could cause a whole bunch of other problems inside of a marriage. And so, you know, I just wish, you know, more women would have more strength and more confidence and be more secure in themselves, to where when they see their husbands or boyfriends doing this type of behavior, they don't put up with it. They don't put up with it. Like, no woman should be putting up with any type of behavior from their husband if it has something to do with an ex or a fling that he had, a woman that he slept with. That is so disrespectful to your marriage on so many levels. And this is another reason why I'm kind of afraid to get married, because I think that marriage is so sacred. You know, that union between me and my husband and God, to me, it's like I wouldn't dare, number one, step out my marriage, number two, be interacting with some exes or talking about some exes on social media or anything like that. Like, to me, that's disrespecting my husband. I just wouldn't do it. And so when I see people who are married do this type of behavior, it just kind of puts a little fear in my heart that, you know, I was to ever get married and I caught my husband doing this, would I be able to stay with him after some crap like that? You know, so anyway, um, but I do want people to understand that when I talk about me being a mistress, and even when I spoke about it 3 years ago, or when I spoke about it 8 years ago, whenever I speak about it, I've always spoke about it in a way of teaching women this is not something that you should do. It's never been, let me tell you how to be a mistress. This is what you do. No, it's, this is what happened to me, and these are the consequences of what happened, and here's why I did it. So women can have a better understanding of what's happening. A lot of people don't understand why someone cheats or why a mistress would participate in something like that to begin with. Sometimes shit happens, and sometimes people do things and they have to learn their lesson on their own time. And that's something I ended up having to be aware of with time. You know what I mean? That people handle things very, very differently. And even if someone handles something differently from the way that you would, a lot of times if you sit down and try to understand why they did these things, you could possibly have a little compassion for them, maybe, but that just depends on you, you know. We're all like very critical of each other, but a lot of times most of us have done something equally like bad. Like, a lot of us have done something bad, you know, like that, to where we had to learn a lesson from it. Like, a lot of us have made mistakes, especially in regards to our relationships. A lot of us have done that. So it's easy for us to relate to each other in regards to this, you know. And I try not to be judgmental or critical or of other people and why they've chosen to be how they are in their marriages and their relationships. I know for me, I'm just so happy where I am. Like, I remember before I met my son's father, I kept saying, I don't want a relationship. I don't want to be married. It's not a desire of mine. I feel like there's more to life than me fraternizing with men. I feel like it's more to life, you know, like traveling and trying new foods and, you know, getting fresh air, going out and exercising and spending time with my family and my kids, hiking and you know, um, fishing and you know, there's so many things I love to do that I want to do that have nothing to do with a man. And a lot of times men try to make it seem like to women that they're this type of prize to be won. And the only way a woman will be worth something is if she's married to like this amazing man and then to have this amazing bond with each other. No, to me, friendships are so sacred that even if I was like married and I had this amazing bond with my husband, it wouldn't make me look at other women and be like, okay, bitch, I'm better than you because I have a husband and we have a bond. You know, it wouldn't be like that. It wouldn't be social media because that relationship is for me. You know, like when me and my son's father was together and I would post pictures of us on Instagram, I would love how it would make people feel because people would be so happy to see two people in love, and people would put in my comment section, you know, I'm glad to see you in love, Soncerae. Finally, this gives me hope for my future. If you can find someone and you can fall in love like this, you two are so happy together, it gives me hope for my future. That's the reason why I love posting pictures of me and my son's father. We will be kissing and hugging and laughing. It's pictures of us up Uno. It's pictures of us at a basketball game. It's pictures of us at just 4th of July. You know, we have so many good memories. These are the things that I would want to share, and that's how I would want to make people feel a level of positivity. I wouldn't want to be the woman that's married, looking at another woman who is single or who has been a mistress or whoever, and say to that chick, you know, my situation is better than your situation. Bitch, you should get like me, you know, because I'm married. Now, because a lot of people who are married are miserable because they got into that marriage for the wrong reasons to begin with. They got in that marriage just to be married. You know what I mean? Just to be able to say they got a husband or a wife. I don't want that. I don't care if I never get married. What I want is that bond. You understand? I don't have to sign a legal document in order for me to have that bond with a man. I am big on friendship and love and caring for each other and dedicating and committing myself. That's what I like. I don't need a wedding. You know what I'm saying? I don't need a wedding to prove, you know, that my love for my husband is there. You know, or my love for my boyfriend is there. I just don't need it. It's not a requirement. And a lot of people need those things so they can feel socially accepted. And because I'm the type of person, I don't need social acceptance. It's easy for me to be very honest about who I was, who I am, and who I want to be. It's because I don't really care if people don't like me because of it, because that's not why I'm sharing it. I'm sharing it because this is all I have. You understand? Who I am is all I have. I'm not my car. I'm not my home. I'm not how much money I have. I am just a person who has experienced so many things, and I am here to share those things with you to entertain you, to make you laugh, or to teach you a lesson. Okay, it isn't about me prancing around trying to make it seem like I'm better than someone. I'm not here to try to put somebody else down or anything. I just come here onto YouTube and onto social media just to share my own personal stories, and hopefully the people that that watch me will have a level of respect for me because I have been extremely honest. Even during the difficult times, like it's difficult. Well, I'm not even gonna say it's difficult, but it was kind of like to sit here and talk about a SEX tape. You know, that some trolls claim that they had, and they are threatening me with the release of the tape if I don't, take down these blogs that I had posted with proof and receipts that they had did like these negative things to me. I'm not taking down my blog. I love my blog. My blog is there, as proof of what I have been through, proof of the experiences that I've been through. That's what blogs are. That's what journal entries are. And if you're included inside of that journal entry, whether I'm saying something negative or positive about you, that blog entry still ain't about you. At the end of the day, it's still about me and the experiences that I've lived this lifetime as I'm interacting with other people and learning lessons about who I should choose friendship wise and marriage wise, and who I should and shouldn't sleep with or be with. These are all things that other people can look at and make better choices for them. Just by looking at another human being go through whatever it is that they went through, some other people will make better choices. Then there are other women out there who may have experienced something similar, and they've seen how I've coped with, everyone knowing my secrets or whatever. And they admire that and are much more honest themselves. And that's another reason why I'm extremely honest, because I want other people to be honest. And people have a very difficult time with being that vulnerable. You understand? Like, being honest is so vulnerable. You're so vulnerable. It's like being honest, you putting yourself out there, and a lot of people cannot stomach how people will treat them if they're honest. That's why they don't fool honesty. They like to continue to lie and deceive people and manipulate people to get people to do whatever it is that they want those people to do. Me, I don't want you to do what I want you to do. I want you to do whatever it is that you want to do. You understand? At the end of the day, do what feels better. If you can look at yourself in the mirror every day and accept what you've done to yourself or another human being, that's all that matters to me. If you made a mistake in the past, if you find a way to rectify that, or you learned a lesson so you can improve and have a better behavior next time, I'm all for that. You know, um, Everybody knows the definition of insanity. Keep doing the same thing, expecting a different result, right? I just want people to look at their own behavior and see why the same thing keeps happening over and over again, and then make a switch and see what happens and see what changes, and for me, one of the biggest mistakes I think I've made as far as social media is every time I would see someone post a lie about me or post a rumor or talk about me negatively, talk about me being a mistress or talk about me and my son's father or my kids or stuff like that, I would feel a level of like, I would get annoyed or frustrated or sad, because I didn't want anybody uh, messing up my name, something that I worked so hard for. But then what was more important to me, what I realized, what I truly wanted was peace. So what I did was accept the fact that people were going to talk about me, people were going to lie about me, men were going to lie to me, women were going to lie to me. I was going to get cheated on. Some people were going to hurt my feelings. There were going to be times where people were going to disagree with me. There are going to be people that don't like me. And no matter how much good I see in the world or how much good I see in other people, sometimes I have to stop seeing that good and see what these people are showing me. And then be upset, and then not be upset that they chose something different from what I wanted them to choose or that I thought would be better for them. You don't know people well enough to know what would be better for them. You have no clue because you don't really know them to the core. For me, what's best for me, right? And I know this as far as marriage goes. My son's father, right? And I have a feeling that this is just me. I don't see myself spiritually marrying another man. Will I fall in love with a man? Possibly. But will I put that much trust into a man as I did my son's father? No. Will I ever live with another man or put my health into another man's hands? No. Because my son's father played with my life, my health, my finances, my future, my kids. So to me, after experiencing that, Do I want to be married? Is marriage this good thing that everybody claims that it is? No, it's hard work. A lot of people need to stop romanticizing or fantasizing marriage. Just like every other relationship, it's hard work. And do I want that hard work? Do I want that type of hard work? Or do I want the hard work that I have, to where I've worked so hard, now I live in this beautiful home, and I have the luxury to get in my car and get in my garage and open my garage door and look at the sun and the birds and the houses across the street. I have the luxury to do that, and there was a time where I didn't. So do I want to appreciate that? Do I want to work on that? Yes. All that other shit, all that other stuff, I don't even care about. So do I care that people threatening me with a sex tape? No. Do I care that people judge me about going to swingers parties or working at the swingers club, 10 years ago? No. Do I care that people know that I was a mistress before? No, because if I cared, I wouldn't have been so open about the topic. If it bothered me that much what people were going to think about me, I probably wouldn't have shared the story. You understand? I knew people were going to feel a certain way, or think a certain thing. There were going to be people that would be disrespectful and ugly and cruel. You know, there's people out there that's that immature. But I have a message for the people that it belongs to. And the people that hear the message, absorb it, and improve their lives because of it positively, that's who my message is for. And if that's not you, that's fine. You understand? But I don't have, like I said before, I try to spread love and positive vibes to everyone. All I could do is be honest. Um, I don't feel any negative anything because I'm at peace. You understand? I'm at peace. My peace is what I truly always wanted. Peace. So I'm happy. I'm joyful, and can't nobody take that from me. Not a troll, not a person that used to be my friend, not a dude I had a fling with 10 years ago, not my son's father, not a jealous chick on YouTube, not nobody. You can't take that from me because it's a choice. I choose to accept what's happening. I choose to be at peace with it, and I choose happiness over all of it. Over all of it, because mostly all this other stuff is not worth it. Life is too short, man. I just want to enjoy my life before it's gone. I am 39. A lot of people don't make it to 39. So I want to spend my next 10 years or 20 years or 30 years or however much time I got left teaching lessons, having a good time, sharing something positive, moving forward. My kids, loving my life, working smart, and pushing forward. That's all I can do. I'm not concerned about the past. I'm not concerned about a fling I had 10 years ago. Y'all want to produce some more pictures of that, or sex tapes, or whatever y'all got going on. I'm so not interested in that stuff. I'm so unbothered, and I'm proud of myself because it took me a long time to get back to this because my son's father kind of disrupted that a little bit. And a lot of people on YouTube kind of disrupted that a little bit. And the only way they could do that is if I allowed that. And I felt like I allowed that, and at the time, I didn't understand that I was allowing them to do that. So now it's like I get it. So it's like I'm not about to allow these people to steal my joy because of they mess. But there are a lot of people out there that disagree with what I said in regards to mistresses and cheating. But then there's people that agree with me, like however you feel, please put it in the comment section. Don't be afraid to express your opinion. Just make sure you be respectful. YouTube has community guidelines. Please do not break them in my comment section because my moderators will delete your comment or delete you or block you. So I am going to do my pH test today. And I don't know if you saw the links that I put up about NutriBlast, but NutriBlast is one of the companies that is a feminine healthcare company, and I'm going to show you guys how to check your pH. And so I'm going to record a video about that today and do a little bit of explaining how you check your pH and the products that they give you, NutriBlast gives you in order to check your pH. This is for ladies. Um, this is for ladies who might be concerned about BV or STDs or just their vaginal health. And I'm going to do more mature videos about that. I know that's not for the fellas. I got some other stuff for the fellas coming soon. I don't have a lot of men on my channel, which it used to be all men, but now it's 64% women and the rest are men. So the men who are watching, if you are respectable, you'll probably end up staying on the channel. But a lot of men who have a lot of disdain for women, you'll probably end up not even being on the channel anymore, because my channel is changing into a channel that's for parents, people with children, people who are interested in family. I'm a very family oriented person, and it's kind of unfortunate that I didn't get to um, spend the last couple of years focusing more on my family on my channel. But at the same time, it's like, you know what? Forget what did happen. Now I can post more about my family on my channel. But I'm a very family oriented person, very kind and funny person, and I want to show more of who I am, and um, not focus so much on the drama or the negativity as far as the things that I've spoken about in the past on my channel. I would like to, show the good parts in my life. So anyway, I'm going to put the NutriBlast link at the bottom in the description box in the comment section. And they have vitamins and minerals and fatty acids and things that women can purchase. And these products are guaranteed. So if you get the product and it doesn't necessarily work for you, you get your money back. So anyway, I'm going to show how these products have affected my life and affected my body. I don't necessarily have any type of real issues as far as my body goes. My body is extremely healthy. That includes my vagina. I'm not walking around here with an STD or a discharge or a foul odor or anything like that. I'm actually a pretty healthy woman. I've been a pretty healthy woman. I do want to maybe weight, like my fupa. So me and my daughter are going to start jogging mornings with each other. So, um, but I'm focusing on some really positive stuff. Oh, my merchandise shelf. I would appreciate it if you guys buy something off my merchandise shelf, because those products, whatever profit I get off of my merchandise shelf, my Teespring, those profits go to Justice's Trust Fund, and I'm trying to build and build and build and build it. I do want my son to, by the time he turns 18, to be a multimillionaire. I don't want him struggling for money. I don't want him to be anything like his father or to live any type of lifestyle that his father lived, because I need my son to understand there's more to life than being a thug or a deadbeat dad or a horrible husband or any of the negative things that my son's father could have taught my son. I just am trying to make sure that my son does not have that same type of lifestyle. I want better for my son, so I've definitely put him in a better environment, and I always want him to be financially in a good place. I don't want him to ever worry about money, so I'm definitely going to teach him about work ethic and how to invest his money and to do stocks and bonds. I know that his father wanted to be an investment. He wanted to be an investor. That was his goal for himself that he never got to accomplish. Doesn't mean he won't, but he's almost 40 now, so I don't know if he'll do that. But I'm definitely going to teach that, in my son, and hopefully he'll do some investing, um, you know. But just know that anything that I post on my channel is to help you learn or improve yourself, or to help you be better, motivate you. Of course, I'll have some stories about some celebrities, but I'm not trying to make my channel a celebrity news channel. That's not the type of channel I have. My channel is about lifestyle and parenting, and it's not gonna be like what everybody else expects it to. Um, I'm just gonna do me and keep moving forward, and hopefully you'll stick around. If not, no hard feelings. There's so much stuff to watch on YouTube. If you're not entertained, go watch something else. You'll be all right. So anyway, I think that's it. If you have any video topic suggestions or you have some advice, please email me at soncerae@gmail.com. If you are a single mom, please put in the Please put in the title hashtag the matriarch. Okay. Have vision and stay focused. Namaste.